Hello, fellow Nodars. Today we are finally getting back down to work for a change. Actually managing to get something done amidst endless blockades and impossible roadblocks. And the economy's crashing. And everything's going to a standstill. Yet, this shitty car keeps coming back and getting worked on. At least something's getting done. Anyway, we have, as we have seen in a previous video, we have busted the transmission in this. Big surprise. It's got first, second, kind of third gear, and fifth gears. Fifth gear is real solid. You can drive in fifth gear without any major issues. So what we're going to do with this car is scrap it. Yeah, she's going away. You've seen in previous videos that I've got a lot of money into the engine in this car. Lots of special bespoke parts. Ported 85 head, obviously there. Got some big injectors. Messed around with the turbo a little bit. Not that that matters because that turbo is going to go away. I've got an easy K conversion. As you can see, there's no advance or ignition. So it's all done electronically. I've got it chipped. Tons and tons of other modifications. I got a front mount obviously on here with a front mount kit that I made myself years and years ago. Transmission cooler pump using the factory auto tranny cooler there. Yeah, lots of stuff done to this car. But overall, the car is a hunk of crap. Not saying that it's not a great car. This has been an absolutely fantastic car. Paid $500 for this car maybe almost 10 years ago off of Hastings Street in Vancouver, right down there in Crack Alley. $500. This car has done me so well. The paint is actually still shiny where there is paint. The hoods, sadly, over the years has just been destroyed, and so is the roof as well. Also destroyed is the rot, as we've seen in previous videos. Lots of bit of rot in the the trunk area there, where the spare tire well is. We've got lots of rot up on this side too, as you can see. As far as the interior goes, it's pretty good. All complete. There's no trim missing. Everything's there. All the little plastic bits that go on everything, all that kind of stuff is all still there. So obviously there's tons of awesome parts left in this car. It's just, for me, the rust situation isn't worth the work. So what we're planning on doing is gonna pull this engine out of here, pull my custom wiring harness out, because there's lots of custom work done on that harness, obviously. Get that all out of there, and then we're going to probably either rebuild this transmission, which is the one that was in here previous, and it hadn't failed yet. It had started to make some noise in the pinion bearing, so it's totally savable with some rebuild parts. So we're probably going to either rebuild this or put an auto wrecker tranny in there and rebuild this maybe at a later time. We'll figure that out later. As far as the car goes, we are going to probably going on a flight, going down somewhere where it's not Canada, for a car that doesn't have to be turbo, doesn't have to have all the options, doesn't have to have really anything, frankly, as long as it's got a good undercarriage and a good body that I can work with and turn into a car as good of a car as what the Milano is, a completely rust-free. I mean, it's a lot to ask, but I'm willing to go through the work in order to get what I want. We are going to be, whatever car it's going to be, either it be flat nose or I should say snub nose, or a later facelift car. It's going to be, it's going to have this front end. I'm going to be using the front end from the snub nose on whichever car I get, whether it be an old or a post facelift car. Something about this front end, I have a new lens, obviously, to replace that rock chip on there. I've got a couple of these grills. I love these front ends. I love the way that the front end was done with the scoops and then the chin spoiler and everything. I just love the front end of these things to death. I have an SPG kit right there on the shelf for a snub nose car. All the pieces are in that. I've got my louvers. I've got a good bumper. Debatable whether or not I want to run the bumper at all. So basically I have what I need other than just the car itself to build up on. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to be making a lot of videos over the next little while. Well, not a lot, but, you know, here and there about the progress on how it's going. I will not be rebuilding it with the front mount intercooler. I know people are going, what the fuck is wrong with you? But to be very honest, the engine puts out far enough, like quite enough power to blow up the transmissions easily enough that I don't need a race car. If I want a car that's stupidly fast, I've got my Audi Quattro. I can put a massive turbo on that and go fast in that. This car is not the platform for speed. You can make them drive real fast. You can make them go fast. You can make them handle well. But to be very honest, just setting a realistic horsepower goal is probably the wiser decision here. So we are going to be returning the intercooling to stock, but I am going to do a lot of modifications to the stock intercooling system. I'm going to have custom pipe work made for the stock intercooler. You can see I've got a couple of the aluminum end tanked intercoolers over there. They're both in excellent condition. So we're going to leave all the stock crap in here. I've always left the stock intake, so that's going to stay. I'll make some custom pipe work for the induction piping. I'm going to do something with the turbo bypass valve, because I've messed with the throttle body and it will no longer go on here anyway. I'm going to dick with the throttle body more. I'm probably going to end up grinding all this junk off of here so it looks a little better. But one of the main reasons I want to keep the intercooling stock is because on a snub-nosed car, it's almost impossible to run your front mount intercooler and keep the air conditioning. The air conditioning I need. It's not a need, I guess, it's a want. And driving the Milano this summer with the air conditioning was awesome. And it's something that I just want to have a Saab 900. It should have air conditioning. So we're going to keep that. And you know what? If I lose a little bit of power, probably not much, by running the side mount intercooler, then whatever. I don't care. The engine puts out plenty enough power as it is to be. I don't demand 100% of the horsepower all the time. There's no need for the front mount anymore. Maybe I'm getting old, or maybe I'm just getting more realistic about what this platform is able to do for me in terms of power. But at the end of the day, I just want a really nice Saab 900 to drive, and so that is what I'm going to strive to do.